I'm Private Chris Tidd from Toronto, Ontario. I'm an Army Communication and Information Systems Specialist with Joint Signals Regiment here in Kingston, Ontario.
And I'm Master Corporal Amanda Collins from Scarborough, Ontario, an Army Communication and Information Systems Specialist currently posted to CFB Petawawa. On the battlefield, commanders can't command without information. That's why keeping an unbroken link with fighting forces in the field is one of the most vital roles a soldier can perform.
As Army Communication and Information Systems Specialists, we design, install, and maintain satellite, wireless, and cable networks to support the entire range of Army missions, whether it's pursuit of the enemy, humanitarian relief after a natural disaster, or the normal flow of information to and from headquarters or on our bases at home.
Because if you don't have communications, then, the guys at the front line can't communicate this is what we see to the guys at the back to say, okay, we need more support, or we need this, or this is what's going to happen.
Being an ASIS specialist means performing split-second, high-intensity work under battlefield conditions, but it also means months of classroom and lab training on some of the world's most sophisticated communications equipment, from radiation detection devices to circuit boards and cryptographic gear. You're in an environment where the techniques and equipment is changing very fast, whether it be within the satellite communication field or within radios themselves, using different frequencies, different new equipment that comes on the market. As well as Canadians being part of NATO, you're having to work with other countries and their equipment. Within the ASIS trade, you're going to have your signalers, which operate all the equipment at hand, whether it be your computers, and operating radios, talking on the radios themselves and managing the net there.
This is 2-9er.
The linemen are basically in charge of laying all kinds of line, whether it be fiber optics or Cat5 or coaxial cables, things like that. You could find yourself 150 feet up a tower one day setting up a microwave relay, and down in a manhole the next day splicing communications lines.
In our role as information systems technologists, we also administer, maintain, and repair the computer networks at our bases and headquarters in Canada. Whether we're attached to the artillery, the infantry, an armored regiment, or the combat engineers, our radio, computer, and satellite crews stand ready to support our troops in action.
Definitely as a signal operator, there's a lot of opportunities for travel, especially here at the regiment I'm at. We're the only satellite communications regiment in the forces, so we're constantly deploying on exercises and training exercises as well as any kind of overseas operation. We're one of the first guys in, the last guys out. Whether you're working under a microscope in a climate-controlled, dust-free environment, or crawling through the bush to get to a unit whose radio has gone out, being an Army Communication and Information Systems Specialist guarantees you a huge variety of experience, challenges, and high-tech training, plus the teamwork and camaraderie of Army life that you won't find anywhere else in our wired world. The thing I like most about my job is the fact that we're one of the most fast deployed and often deployed trades in the forces. And as myself, within 2 years I was deployed overseas in Afghanistan, doing the job I love and learning a lot of new things. The fact that you're just connecting up to a satellite that's out in space, going through the ionosphere, everything else like that, and communicating to the other side of the world in half a second is pretty amazing.
For me, it's become the teamwork. It's the atmosphere. The fact is I could do a 9-to-5 job doing the exact same thing on Civvy Street, and I'm sure it's just as gratifying to some people, but the fact is I can do it here, and maybe tomorrow I can deploy to Afghanistan or to Alert, and it's just the fact that we can go a lot of places that most other people don't even know exist sometimes.
A career as an Army Communication and Information Systems Specialist starts with basic military and soldier training. Then you'll head to Kingston, Ontario and the Canadian Forces School of Communications and Electronics.
You'll spend 18 weeks in Kingston. Even if you don't have a high-tech background, the forces will teach you everything you need to know about radio, computer, and satellite communications theory, how to set up and maintain information and computer networks, and how they serve the military mission.
The courses at Kingston will cover a basic overview of all three branches of the ASIS specialty: communication systems, information systems, and hardwired line and cable systems. After your basic course at Kingston, most ASIS specialists will be assigned to a signals squadron or joint signals regiment where on-the-job training will continue. As a new private, it was pretty intimidating coming to the regiment, but there are a lot of very experienced people who were there to kind of help me along, show me the ropes, show me my faults, show me my strong points, and just kind of guide me in the right direction. So it's a steep learning curve and a lot of fast and furious things coming at me, so it was very exciting, and I was very happy to be there.
After about a year, you'll branch out into one of the 3 core specialties of the trade, and you'll be attached to the artillery, the infantry, an armored regiment, or the combat engineers.
There's electronic equipment everywhere. So every base needs us, as well as, deployments overseas.
The proudest moment of the job was probably when I was overseas in Afghanistan. There was only 5 of us in Kabul providing all the communications, and it was just an awesome opportunity to kind of show my own skills and just serve my country doing the thing I love the most.
I've lived pretty much from one end of the country to the other, and I've been overseas and I've been to the top of the world, so it's one big adventure for me.